Greetings, YouTube. I'm not sure how I found this person's video, but I did. And the video is about 20 questions this person feels would be good first date icebreakers. I've never actually been on a classic first date in my entire life. I think I was on like one blind date in my entire life, and it was a group activity, so it really wasn't a completely by yourself talking to someone for a long time kind of a situation. So I've never had to really break the ice in this regard. Every other situation I've had when it came to dating was I met someone at an event or in a place, and we had a common interest because of that event or place, and we got to know each other, and then we moved towards platonic and then romantic relationships. So that's how I always encountered people in high school, through comic stores, through writing, gaming, things like that. Yes, I've actually ended up with encounters because of gaming, believe it or not. Yes, gaming can actually get you laid. So I thought I'd answer these because they make me smile, and as people on my channel know, I love these kind of lists. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I'm just a wordy SOB. There are 20 questions. 1. When did you realize that what you generally wanted to do as an adult? Excellent question. If I ever figure it out, I'll get back to you. 2. If you could magically banish one problem from your life, what would it be? One problem? Health. I'd love to be perfectly healthy. That would be awesome. It would. The other ones I think I could solve much more easily if I had perfect health. 3. What is your all-time favorite book? And that's a tough one, because to my mind, my first thing is like, what genre? You know, I don't know if I can put one book on top of all of them because of its differences, like role-playing book, science fiction, fantasy, nonfiction, philosophy, science, sociology. Which one? But the first one that pops into my head is The Power of Myth, so I'll go with that. 4. Do you consider yourself to be religious, spiritual, neither, or something else? I consider myself to be both religious and spiritual. Religious, but not a person that is a member of a religion. And to my mind, religious is something that individuals do, and religion is an organization designed to control people. And quite frankly, is anti-religious and anti-spiritual. And that's just me. 5. How often do you listen, read, watch the news, or catch up on current events? Interesting, I really don't pay a lot of attention to local news. I freely admit that. But I am a data junkie when it comes to all kinds of stuff. When it comes to entertainment news, as far as movies and are concerned, for example, or role-playing games, or science news, or social things that deal with social conservatism or political conservatism, liberal progressive news sources. I am a data addict, and I have been for my entire life. So I listen to everything I can lay my hands on. I'm alone in the car. I've got my radio tuned to NPR 99% of the time. I'm with the car with other people. Usually I have music on just because I want to be able to talking to them, and I want a little background sound. 6. What celebrity do you hate? Well, I'm making a sort of effort in my life not to hate anyone. Honestly and sincerely. I would like to completely banish the concept that we have enemies. Unfortunately, people keep putting themselves into that category by hating others. But I don't want to put people into that category. But there are celebrities that I really don't like, and the first one that pops into my head is Adam Sandler. 7. What musician do you love? Steve Earle, Joe Cocker. Those are the two that popped in my head first, but Steve Earle is a genius. 8. What's the first thing you would like to do if you won $1 million? Well, what I'd like is $1 million after taxes. So if I had a clean, cool million of my own, the first thing I would do is pay off my mortgage, flat out. Then my wife's loans and our car debt, because she still owes money on her car. And then I would have helped my mom financially. I don't know if I would be able to pay off all of her mortgage or not, but I'd be able to pay off a hunk of it for her, enough that maybe she could stop working. And then I would go about remodeling because there are some things I really like to do here that are well beyond my capacity to do on my own. 9. What's your self? What's your self or otherwise classification personality type? It's a weirdly phrased sentence, and I don't know. The whole introvert extrovert thing, I think, is fostering a binary way of viewing the world that I don't think is healthy. And the whole Biggs-Breyer personality test thing is absolute bullshit. So I don't know. I'm a multitude of things. I am legion. 10. What have you always wanted to travel to or move to? Well, I don't really travel because of the whole TSA violation of our rights thing, but I've always wanted to stand on Hadrian's Wall. 11. What is your worst vice? I'm a collector of things, as anyone who's watched my bargain videos will tell you. And though I'm getting better at junking things, at letting things go, books in particular, and things like that, letting things out of my life, I still bring more in than I get rid of. So I'm trying to slow down the process. It's not successful. So don't need to call me on it. I am well aware. What is your greatest virtue? Going to say I'd like to say compassion, but I don't know if it is, so I'll go with curiosity. 13. Do you believe in the supernatural? Yes. 14. Do you actually enjoy your job? No. I like having a job, but my job is a factory job. It's not really something that you enjoy. 15. What would you want to be remembered for when you're gone? I would like to have someone in my that remembers me. That there may not be many of those because I have no children when I die, but I would like to have someone say that James was a decent person. 16. What would you like to have accomplished by this time next year? Next time this year. Let's see, it's May, the time of the filming. I got a couple of small projects around the house that I'd like to accomplish. I have a couple of weapon designs I'd like to have gotten launched by then. So just some crafting, homestead, maintenance, upkeep, improvement kind of things, that kind of stuff. Maybe be finished with therapy. There you go. That would be cool. Not because I want to get it out of the way, but because hopefully I'll get to the point where I won't need it. 17. Have you ever been a patient in the ER? Yes. Yes, I have. 18. Favorite time of day? It's a good question. I really like getting into bed. I really, really love sliding between those sheets. That's just a wonderful, wonderful feeling. I don't like getting up. I like coming home. I like when I get out of work and I'm getting in the car and I'm about to come home. I like that. Particularly on Thursday mornings. I don't know why. It's not even the end of the week. But Thursdays, I think about Thursday mornings. So maybe coming home or going to bed, one of the two. 19. Best advice you have ever received. Best advice ever received? We are not our problems. 20. What advice would you give to yourself? Compassion to yourself and others. Always. It's kind of a mantra. So there you go, folks. A whole bunch of questions answered by me, and I will post them with this video if you'd like to answer them yourself. Maybe I'm doing this because I'm still trying to figure out who I am. Maybe I should bring the list to my therapist.